It
won't do it.
It
Okay.
won't do it. It won't do it. But guess what? You know, we out here. It's started a little drizzle, but for the most part, the weather didn't have any effects. But the Bills got out of here with a close one, 14-19 until the two halves. The Giants came with a good game plan. A good game plan.
It's late.
You know, yeah, it's definitely late, right? It's definitely late. It's after midnight, so you know this is how it's gonna be. You know, excuse my French, everybody, but the Bills pulled this thing out 14-9. Tell the two halves. They came out and got the job done after a dismal, another slow start, gentlemen. Pat, your thoughts?
Brian Dable came with a great game plan. He knows this team better than anybody. I think he just showed the NFL a pretty good roadmap on how to play the Bills. He didn't have the horses to win the game, but I think they should have won the game. That halftime play, leaving those points on the board, not getting anything, and that last play could have been defensive pass interference. I mean,
easily.
I mean, the NFL they just don't call things, consistently. But this was not a good game for the Bills. I think they did not play very well. They didn't play up to their standards, and going forward they're going to have to play a lot better.
Now, is it fair to say that they played down to their level of competition, or the game plan offensively kind of put this team in certain areas that it really shouldn't be in?
I think Dorsey has to look in the mirror. This is a guy that doesn't stick with the run, and you saw Dable, a different guy who, when he was here, he didn't exactly stick with the run, but he stuck with the run, and it started producing. Dorsey kind of abandons the run, and it comes back to haunt him. And I think he's going to have to come up with some better game plans, because the roadmap you saw today is how you defense Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, Josh couldn't, even when he was getting flushed, he really couldn't run because they had those spies on deck waiting for him. So, again, it was definitely a great game plan. Again, this past 12 o'clock,
yes,
right?
Sir. Yes, sir.
A good game plan for, Coach Dable and Wink Martindale, but the Bills were able to get some things going in that second half. Josh was flawless, going 11 for 12. The only incompletion was one to Dawson Knox in that last play, try to ice the game out. But outplayed by Tyrod Taylor today. Tyrod Taylor, 24 for 36, 200 yards, no picks, no touchdowns. But care to talk about how, Tyrod played today?
Tyrod was Tyrod. He's not going to turn the ball over.
Yep.
He plays within himself, and I thought Tyrod played a very, very good game with a very limited group of players that he had. I was very proud of Tyrod Taylor today.
Absolutely. George, on the defensive side of things.
Well, one thing on Tyrod, I think that's why he gambled, try to win that game at the end of the first half by seeing something and changing the play call. He admitted he changed the play call to a run play from a pass play because he saw how the Bills were lined up, and he thought, sure, Shaquan Barkley would be able to get in on that play.
Yeah, he called alert, and Dable was pissed off at that. Dable was on fire with that. He was pissed off. He's like, "You did what?" on the sideline. He was walking to the locker room about that play. But they had another opportunity late in the game to pull it out, and the Bills, I guess they held serve, and defense, hold the serve, and here we are again. The Bills are 4-2. But to talk about the defense, they only gave up 9 points now. Bend but don't break with Coach McDermott.
It was, it's always been with him. Bend but don't break type defense. They sliding a lot of smaller, undersized guys. They got to go on the waiver wire or somewhere and find some guy bigger to be in that middle, because Poona Ford is just not that. He's not going to do it. You can't replace Daquan Jones, but you try to get as close as possible as you can to get somebody like that can just plug that middle and allow Ed Oliver and everybody to do their thing and make some plays on that defensive side. Because the linebacker, they got the small linebacker. Dorian Williams is quick. He just got to work on his tackling skills, because he knows where the ball is. He just got to learn how to tackle at this level.
Well, in that second half, to Coach Dable's credit, in that second half, if you look carefully, they took the same play that the Cincinnati Bengals did against the Bills in the playoffs. They was blocking down, kicking out on that edge. And you seen the tight end coming over getting Bernard.
Yeah.
But Bernard was smart later on and, was shooting that gap. That's how he was able to stop him, towards the end of that play there. So teams are watching on how to play this Buffalo Bills team.
Good point. Russo was terrible today. Terrible against the run. He did not I think teams are definitely seeing what you're talking about. You can kick off on the Bills' edge. They better fix that very quickly.
Yeah, they better fix that very quickly.
Because Russo can't. If somebody get up, put a helmet on him, he's not. He goes down easy, way too easy for as big as he is. He needs to do better at just standing the offensive lineman up. Even if he just stays with the guy and forces them to go outside, forces them to take a little extra, a quick second or two to get around the corner. But he gave up the edge way too easily tonight.
Well, guys, I would rather take the ugly win rather than the embarrassing loss.
Is it snowing
Any
now?
day. It's a little drizzle here. That's why we're gonna get going here because we don't want nobody to catch no cold sniffles. We got Jalen on the back, but we good right now, gentlemen and guys. Head to New England, back in the winning side of things. What's next for this team?
They got to play more consistent, and Belichick is going to watch the tape of this, and you're going to get the same thing until you solve it. And the Bills are going to have to. Dorsey's got his work cut out for him. I mean, you got to run the football. I mean, that's the whole key.
You got another physical back probably playing next week, Tyshawn Johnson, former New York Jet. He's very physical.
Ezekiel Elliott.
Pardon?
Ezekiel
Elliott too.
Yeah. Make no mistake about it.
No, I mean for the Bills, Tyshawn Johnson will be in the lineup for the Bills. They have a physical line. I think it's going to be another ugly game next Sunday.
Yeah, well,
I feel it's going to be ugly.
It's a divisional game, so hey, you got to bring your A game on this week-to-week thing that we call the NFL right here. So on behalf of the Mighty Obo, on behalf of the Rap Man, on behalf of my guy Jalen in the back, 105.5 to beat Rochester, Power 96.5. It's brought to you by Eyes Exclusive, baby. We out.
Peace.
Peace.